The next update is about Doug Jensen. Jensen is the 42-year-old Iowa man who was seen inside the Capitol wearing a Q t-shirt. He infamously led a crowd up the steps. They were following Officer Eugene Goodman, luckily into a trap that he had set for them. Well, Jensen was in jail for a while. Then he was released. Then he was sent back for violating his pretrial release conditions by watching Mike Lindell's cyber symposium. I mean, what a waste. What a waste. So he's been in custody longer than he's been out of custody since his initial arrest, which was on January 8th of 2021. And it looks like he's going to be in there for quite a bit longer because the court is scheduled a trial for him for September 19th. So it's unclear if he was offered a plea and he rejected it, or if they just never offered him one. Jensen does have a criminal history. I know you guys are all shocked to hear that. So it's possible that he's not eligible for a plea. I don't know. But Jensen has also failed to secure another release. The judge denied his recent request to dismiss some of the charges and to release him. So at his September trial, he's going to face a mix of felony and misdemeanor charges, some of which include increased penalties because he allegedly carried a knife into the Capitol. So they hit him with the add-on of a dangerous or deadly weapon. So I'll keep you guys posted on that one as well. The next truly stable genius I want to talk about is Josiah Kenyon. Kenyon is the 34-year-old man from Nevada who was seen at the Capitol wearing a MAGA hat and a Jack Skellington costume for some reason. I don't know. For those who don't know, Jack Skellington, he is a fictional animated character, the main character from the Tim Burton movie called Nightmare Before Christmas. It's a great movie, great music. I highly recommend it. Anyway, I have to share that when I first saw Kenyon's wanted photos, I thought it was an old-fashioned striped prison uniform. And I thought, wow, he really came dressed for the occasion. I mean, what a prescient choice of fashion. Anyway, Kenyon was one of the most violent January 6th defendants, and all of his violence was captured on video. This guy was so aggressive with officers. He just kept going back again and again, and he kept hitting them, throwing various things at them. So Kenyon was finally arrested on December 1st, and he was charged with multiple felonies and misdemeanors. If he's convicted on all counts, and if the sentences were served consecutively, which is unlikely, he could spend up to 39 years in prison. He would owe hundreds of thousands of dollars in fines. But it took the FBI nearly a year to get this guy because he went on the run with his entire family. Now, you guys may have heard about this, but I wanted to share it for those who haven't. He was hiding out in a travel trailer in the middle of winter with no heat, merely by accident. Sheriff's deputies happened upon the family's trailer. They were out doing outreach to homeless people. And they say that his wife was really evasive. She refused to give their names. So the deputies were suspicious, but they left. And then they thought, on second thought, maybe we should check their plates. Well, that's when they discovered that Kenyon was wanted by the FBI. So what they did was they set up a traffic stop and they arrested both Kenyon and his wife for federal charges for child endangerment. And when they searched his vehicle, they found an AR-15, a Glock, ammunition, and what they described as other weaponry. I mean, the guy's car, his truck was painted in camouflage. That's got to tell you something's wrong, right? That just screams crazy. Am I right? So anyway, that's not where this story ends because he turned up the crazy to 11. So at the beginning of February, Kenyon was in court. This was just this February, this month. He was in court for a status conference. And I'll just say it didn't go probably how his attorney had hoped. Kenyon asked the judge for permission to speak, and the judge, trying to help Kenyon, warned him. He said, you should probably consult with your attorney first. Well, as with all psychos, Kenyon thinks he's the smartest guy in the room. He thinks he's brilliant. So he told the judge, quote, "I have a high enough IQ range to not screw up there, boss." Really? such a high IQ, you snark at the judge who's going to determine your fate and you refer to him as boss. So then he keeps digging. He keeps digging that hole deeper. He then asks the judge to confirm if prison guards try to assault him, that he has the right to defend himself. Judge Carl Nichols is the judge who's presiding over his case. He responded with, quote, "I'm not making any finding one way or another about that." How do you not laugh at these people? How do these judges keep a straight face? So anyway, at the end of the hearing, the judge asked Kenyon, "Do you have any other issues you want to bring up?" And Kenyon replies, quote, "My wife and children homeless on the street. Have a wonderful day." You know, I wish I was the judge because I would make him answer so many questions. I have so many questions for the guy. Like, why are your wife and kids homeless? If you're so intelligent as to not implicate yourself in court, why can't you put a roof over your family's head? And if you were in such dire straits before January 6th, how did you get to DC? Where did you find the money for that trip? Why would you spend your family's resources on a trip to DC and then put them in more jeopardy by allegedly committing violent crimes? You know, how about if you pick up, you've got a travel trailer, move somewhere warm, go where you can get a job. Anyway, I'll keep you guys posted on this story. Very interesting.